Joining us now with more is Dr. Alexandra Sowa. She's an obesity medicine physician, author of The Ozempic Revolution, and the founder of Sowa Health. Thank you so much for joining us today, Doctor, on our first day in our new home. A lot to discuss here. So, what does maintenance look like when you're using a weight loss drug?
Well, I think it's really important to reiterate that people who are on these drugs and have success, they've tried everything else and it didn't work, right? And this medication is helping to reset a metabolism and a hormonal system that's just become totally dysregulated. So if you've had success on these drugs, generally you're going to have to stay on them to continue to maintain the weight loss. It's not what people want to hear, but it's really important that people understand this. Now, there are some people who can come down on the dose, and there are even fewer still who might be able to come totally off, but it is rare. And if you come off or down off these medications and say, I'm doing all the right things, I'm going to the gym, I'm eating well, I'm doing it all, and it's not working and you're gaining weight, it's not you. It really is biology.
And there's a lot of talk about microdosing GLP-1s, but it sounds like that can really backfire.
Well, let's be honest, this is a little bit of a made-up internet term. I'm not even sure totally what it means, okay, but it's gained a lot of popularity. So on one hand, if you are kind of hacking your own dose at home and making it smaller because you just think you don't need the full dose, that's definitely going to backfire in most cases, because we set these doses, the FDA and the drug makers, because they work at those doses. Now, I also want people to know that just if a medication is working at a lower dose, it does not mean you have to go up. And so if we're calling that microdosing, staying at a lower effective dose for a long period of time, that can be great.
Okay, so what are some signs if someone is ready to change dosage that they need to talk to their doctor?
Oh, so it can run the gamut here. So if you have more weight to lose and you're not at the full dose of the medication, then it's definitely time to probably go up. If you are feeling sick, this is really important. You are not ready to go up to the next dose. You need to master the current dose and feeling well. And sometimes I think this is where we see a lot of the crazy headlines about side effects, because people are just racing to get to the top so that they can lose the most weight, but then they're really sick. So don't do that. And if you are at a higher dose and you're losing too much weight, time to come down.
You know, you brought this up, Becky brought this up, just this idea that there are people who are going to say, I want to come off. Maybe they don't want to be on a medication for the rest of their life. What do you tell those patients? And for them, is it harder? Let's just say you come off and then you want to go back on. Does it create an issue going forward as well?
It's a great question. So people go off these meds for all sorts of reasons. You know, life happens. Insurance will change.
Right.
You might get pregnant or want to get pregnant, or it's just time to come off because mentally you would like to titrate down. And so in that scenario, I say work with your doctor. I, in my practice, like to titrate people down slowly and have a plan for what we might add in otherwise. Remember, these aren't the only anti-obesity medicines on the market. We have other drugs, and they might be more affordable and they might work for you. So you taper one down and you go on another one. It really is about finding the right solution. And if you're coming down, I always tell my patients, don't just bury your head in the sand if you're gaining weight. You gotta pay attention to the data, and you want to look for those other lab markers, the blood sugar, the cholesterol, because those improvements also go away when you stop these drugs. You got to be monitored by a doctor.
Let's talk a little holistically. Beyond the medication, what should people be doing to support themselves as they are in this maintenance phase?
Yes, so people think that they've lost the weight and then all the work is done, and that's not how it works. This is actually the period of time that I want people to really lean into the habits. It's actually why I wrote The Ozempic Revolution, not just to help people in the weight loss period, but to give them the habit, the food, the lifestyle foundations for maintenance. You really need to make sure you keep doing what got you here and not just say, hey, yay, it's all done.
Yep. Healthy habits.
So good. It's so great to have you, Dr. Sowa. I know that you're going to be coming back later this week talking about how it impacts muscle mass, which is also another huge part and a takeaway. Thank you for being with us. We will see you later this week.
Back now with our series Weight Loss Revolution, and